Your novel may be losing readers because of a structural problem, not because of your ideas. There's a lot of advice out there on story structure, but I've found the 3-act story structure to be the most helpful for a place to start to ensure I hit the right notes while still giving me flexibility to adapt that structure as I need. So here's how to write an effective 3-act structure for your novel. Act 1 should act as a kind of hook. It should grab the reader with the elements that make the entire story unique and compelling. This act should introduce your main characters, their present world, but not just your characters' physical characteristics, their central motives and flaws and fears. This is where you lay the foundation of the stakes of your story. Show us what your character has to lose, the danger they're in. Typically around the middle of Act 1, you'll have your inciting incident, sometimes referred to as the call to adventure. That call somehow leads your character through a door of no return that signals the end of Act 1. Act 2 moves us out of the old world or the old norm that the character existed in. In this act, we push the character, poking at their flaws and needs, often by introducing new characters and dynamics. This act should include escalating incidents that raise the stakes and keep the pacing strong through that center of the book. These incidents could be some combination of the external stakes rising as conditions deteriorate, and the personal stakes increasing as the character makes new discoveries or makes choices or failures with negative outcomes. A lot of writers accomplish this by employing what's called a midpoint, a significant moment that functions as a central turning point for the story. This is the water planet scene in Interstellar, where the danger of their mission becomes more real and they lose so much time, increasing those personal stakes and leaning into the fears of our main character. Act 2 often ends with either a failure, a false victory, or a twist or revelation that turns the story on its head. Act 3 sees your characters facing their final conflict on the heels of this failure or twist. This is where your characters make important decisions based on what they've learned and how they've grown. Whether they make the right choice is up to you, of course. This third act is also where you really drive home the themes and messages of the book. In science fiction and fantasy, you'll also often see epic moments in this act, from cool battles to triumphant returns to badass uses of magic or other skills. Act 3 then ends with the resolution, which is really important to highlight how a character has changed. This is often that return to the Shire moment, where the characters achieve some kind of new norm, but they themselves are different. You'll notice I hedged a lot in this whole video, lots of oftens and generalies. That's because you may swap out different elements to tell the story you want to tell. Just be conscious of the effect and its impact or dependence on the rest of the story. Do you use 3-act structure? How do you go about building it? And if not, what kind of structure do you like to use?